Hey guys, so today we are doing that what I'm considering the Iridiom 1 rocket. So we are up here on the towards a decent side of Kerbin, so that we can get our launch pattern correct. So let's go. So the first stage can land. I probably won't land it. Just for time's sake. So it's going on this weird orbit, so slowing it down there because it's going to go way too fast. So yeah, I hid the landing gear out of sight so that you guys have to find it later. You probably can see where it is on my rocket, but it's a decent rocket. It has an Eridiom spacecraft in there, not Iridiom. So yeah, you can barely see the launch site now because they've kind of blocked it up with the smoke from the engines. Even though this main stage has a lot of fuel, I think that would be more than enough for this rocket. Nah, it actually is pretty in an inefficient way to use that main stage. So as you can see, I'm starting to move at this angle. I'm just tilting so that still have control of that. So those are where the we're going for a decently high orbit. So I'm just going to bring it down because we don't need to be going too fast. So I'm going for a high orbit, and then we're going to tweak in space. So this is a very impractical take on the Falcon 9. But we will open up to show you the payload. That is what we're using for this rocket. It has a ScanSat survey scanner on it, just because that's what the actual ones have on it. They actually have one of those on here, so that's why I decided I'd add one, because it would be a decent representation of the actual ones. So yeah, we have our spaceship, which I need to fix later. I'll do that later. To get into space, I'm going to start getting my maneuvers. So, just getting a higher speed of burn to deplete too much fuel because of this engine. Now, even in space, it's not the best. Not that good of a vacuum. Just tweaking our launch pattern. I want this pattern to go. See, now that we're in space, I'm starting to tweak to the side. Get her a little bit more correct pattern. Tweak it once we get up a little bit farther. See, because technically I want it to go this direction. It's a straight line there, my dudes. It should have gone in a good polar orbit, but so we're just going to bring down the burn time because, as you can see, I can kind of cut the it's good. That's good. This won't have any troubles. This engine is really good for these rockets. It's just the speed that you can use these at, because these are really high powered. If I wasn't, when I'm moving the rocket or providing power to it so that it can burn, do its burns. So then we're also going to set another node once I get into orbit to kind of fix this little issue that I'm having here, the angle. It's okay. Periapsis is not high enough, so we're going to burn at apoapsis. I'm just going to give a little puff. So prograde. Okay, so up here, fix this maneuver so that I fix my my rocket's trajectory. So we're gonna have to warp back, like maybe right. Then I get 3 minutes of burn time. I needed to burn this direction so that I can get a polar orbit, and then I'll burn at apoapsis again to get a higher periapsis. It's logic. So, yeah, this is crazy inefficient, but I don't care. See, it's starting to move. Yeah, you can see it there. See how it's starting to move in that direction? It's almost right on it. Periapsis on that line. So just trying to get into a correct polar orbit. It's in a stable. It just has to be over the polar caps correctly. Straight up and down 90 degrees. Okay, so I think I'm going to X. That was good. So we're going to warp down here, so that we can do our prograde launch. So I can do a burn at prograde, and this will use up the rest of our fuel. I'm hoping, at least. See, this is what I'm doing now. Yeah, this has been a longer video. Okay, there's the last of the rockets. So that took a little while longer than I was hoping that would take. Oh, shoot. That. Oh. So I'm a little far out, yeah, because this goes at 90. Way too far. But yeah, this is what the Iridiom spacecrafts kind of look like. Burned a little too much. I may have to retrograde at periapsis to bring back my apoapsis, but I can't do that anymore because I got rid of the debris. But yeah, guys, that's what this video is about. Our Iridiom spacecraft. So bye.